Details on the frightening scene aboard a plane when a passenger opened an emergency door mid-flight. This morning we're hearing from the passenger who was right next to that man. Trevor Holt has the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So this passenger said he had a very uneasy feeling sitting next to the man who pulled open the door. He said he kept making repeated uncomfortable eye contact. And then when he actually pulled that door open, this passenger said the winds felt like they were in a disaster movie, and you can see him react on camera.
This morning, the passenger who sat right next to the man accused of opening an emergency exit door midair now speaking out about those terrifying moments. Lee Yoon-jun, seen here in red pants on this Asiana flight across South Korea, telling Yonhap News he feared for his life. He said, frankly speaking, I thought, am I going to die? Yoon-jun says once he realized the suspect was holding the door open, he jumped into action and, quote, held him with bare hands, passengers crying. Yoon-jun describing how hard it was to breathe with the door open.
The speed of the airplane means that once a door was opened, air would be rushing by the airplane just outside. In fact, at that speed, about 160 miles an hour from all indications, that would be the equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane scale speed.
Officials say the door was only able to open because of the plane's low altitude, around 700 feet above ground, preparing to land when the suspect made his move.
At a higher altitude, the air pressure inside the airplane would have made it much more difficult to open that exit. And at a very high altitude, it simply would not have been possible to open that exit.
12 passengers on board were taken to the hospital for breathing problems and other minor symptoms. They've since all been released. Police say the suspect told them he felt like he was suffocating when he pulled the door. They claim he's mentally struggling and they were unable to investigate him properly. He reportedly told journalists at court, I wanted to get off the plane soon. He's now facing 10 years in prison.
And as scary as this incident was, the airline is now taking some new precautions, at least for the time being, on these kinds of planes. They are no longer allowing passengers to book seats in the emergency exit row.